Hi Mercer friends, this is your librarian Teresa with another information video here for you. There have been a lot of questions about the IRS stimulus payments that are going out to households. A lot of people have started getting those direct deposited to their banks this week. A lot of people who haven't seen that direct deposit yet have questions about it. So I thought I'd do this little video just to show you some of the ways that you can check on this. I need to first tell you that I'm not a financial advisor and I'm not a lawyer, so if you have questions, you need to consult with somebody more knowledgeable than me. But what I can do is show you the website that you can go to check on this and explain to you where some of these links are that you need to know about. So go to irs.gov on your computer and make sure you're at irs.gov. Look in your computer's browser address line for a little lock symbol or maybe the letters HTTPS. That will indicate to you that you really are at the IRS's website. Never click a link in an email that might direct you to something that someone says is the IRS. Because you're going to need to enter some pretty significant personal information here, and you need to make sure that you're at the actual IRS website. So again, irs.gov, look for that little lock symbol in your address bar, and make sure that you're at the right place. Once you're here, on the IRS's web page right now is information mostly related to these stimulus payments. So most people will receive their payments automatically. You don't have to do anything if you filed a tax return in 2018 or 2019 for 2018 or 2019, and if you gave the IRS your bank account information in order to either receive a refund or to make your payment directly from your bank account. If the IRS doesn't have your bank account information on file, or if you don't file income taxes typically because you're not required to for various reasons, you may need to come here to the IRS website and take a look at some of these things. So if you want to check on who's eligible for these payments, come to the IRS website and click on this Get My Payment link. And one of the links that's on here is the Economic Impact Payments Information Center. And this is going to give you more information about who is eligible for these payments and who's not. Typically, most American taxpayers earning under these dollar amounts are going to get full payments from the government. If you earn in these dollar amount ranges as filed on your tax returns in either 2018 or 2019, if you filed those already, then you're going to get reduced payments. If you earn more than these dollar figures, you're not going to be receiving a stimulus payment. So that's the first thing to know. How much is your annual income? And if it falls within these guidelines, you will get a payment. If you are on Social Security retirement or you get railroad retirement benefits, you will also automatically get those payments. So again, basically the people who are not eligible are those who earn too much money to be eligible, or if you don't have a Social Security number, you're a non-resident alien, or you filed one of those non-resident tax forms. So most of us here in Mercer are going to qualify for that. I'm going to click the back button on my browser a couple of times and go back to the IRS website here. If you have not seen a deposit into your bank account yet this week, and you want to know if you're going to be getting one, or if you want to check and make sure it didn't get diverted to the wrong account number, which we've heard some rare accounts of that happening to people, you can actually check the status of your tax relief payment. So what you're going to do is click on this Get Coronavirus Tax Relief button here, and then there's a link right here that says Check Your Payment Status. There's no phone number that you can call. You have to do this online. If you don't have internet access at home, or if you don't have a computer at home, that's going to be a bit of a challenge. You may have to have somebody help you with that. You can use the library's Wi-Fi in our parking lot. If you have a laptop, you're welcome to do that. So click Check Your Payment Status. Again, it's got some information about the eligibility requirements and so on, but this blue Get My Payment button is what you will click. And it tells you you're going to need your tax returns, you might need your tax returns, etc. Click Get My Payment. Oh, this worked a minute ago when I tried it. Basically, I'm going to explain what would happen if this was working. It is a very busy website right now. It would ask you for your Social Security number. It's going to ask you for your address and your birth date. Oh, here we go. Now it's working. So this is the information you have to put in. Now note that, again, this is not the kind of information you would typically want to put into a website. So make sure that you're at irs.gov and you see that little lock symbol in your browser address bar. Once you put in that information and click Continue, I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want you guys to see my personal information. But once you do that, if your payment has already been processed, you will get a message that said your payment was processed on such and such date, and it will show you the last 4 digits of the bank account number that it was sent to. If you don't see that in your bank, or if those numbers are not your bank account, then it does give you a number that you can call or a way that you can contact the IRS in order to straighten that out. In theory, if the bank receives a payment with your name on it, but it's going to an account that doesn't have your name on it, it should be rejected by the bank. It should go back to the IRS, and then the IRS should be writing you a check that you will receive in the mail. But there's information if that happens on here. In my case, it said that my payment had been scheduled for earlier this week, and it showed me the 4 digits that matched my bank account number, so I was okay. I'm going to go back to the IRS homepage for now. Now, one last thing to address: if you are a person that does not typically file income taxes, maybe you don't earn enough money or there's other reasons why you might not file, there is a link here that says non-filers enter payment information here. So you are still eligible to receive a stimulus check. It's just that the IRS may not have your information on file. You still have to have a valid Social Security number. You can't be a dependent on someone else's taxes. So unfortunately, college students, for example, whose parents are still claiming them as a dependent are not receiving these payments, and their parents are also not receiving a payment on behalf of that child. So those college students are kind of stuck in the middle there. But if you have a Social Security number, you're not a dependent of someone else, and your income is less than those limits, you will be eligible for one. So there is a place here for non-filers to enter their payment information. And it's basically the free file, just like you would be doing if you were filing your taxes. And so it's going to ask you for some of that personal information again. I'm not able to actually do this and show it to you because I do file taxes, but it should be pretty much step by step. It will ask you for specific information, and at each step you'll fill it out and click next. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Again, irs.gov is the website. Get Coronavirus Tax Relief is the main link that you'll click on there, and it will have all this information for you, including your ability to check payment status. Thanks, everybody. Stay safe at home, and we hope to see you again soon.